So we're starting the news, and almost 2 years after the inauguration of some 1,500 housing units under the Saglemi housing project, there's no sign of life in what was described as a massive leap towards addressing Ghana's housing deficit. Deputy Works and Housing Minister Frida Prempeh only last week stated government has found evidence of potential corruption in the award of the contract for the construction of the affordable houses. And according to her, though contractors have completed less than 500 of the 1,500 housing units, almost all of the contract sum of some $200 million has been paid out. Joseph Akabley went to the site to look at the controversial housing project and also reports that they remain uncompleted and unoccupied, with WES taking over a better part of the structures.
The housing project, pegged at $180 million, rests on a 300-acre land off the Accra Floods Road. 1,502 housing units facility comprising 1 to 3 bedroom apartments and townhouses were to be built. They were expected to be sold at subsidized rates for low-income earners to afford. It is to be a complete city with industrial and recreational facilities, schools, shopping malls and other social amenities. It forms part of Ghana's push to tackle its housing deficit that has for years been pegged at 1.7 million.
Very beautiful housing units one can observe when you are using the Accra Floods Road. It is the Saglemi housing project. From afar, it looks completed and occupied by people. But a closer interaction with sources within the unit tells JoyNews that the project has been abandoned since the change in government. By abandoned, our sources explain to us that there hasn't been any progress in the work. The second fact that may be disappointing to those who may see the beauty of this project is the fact that it is not completed. And that is what our sources tell us. They go a step further to inform us that parts of the various units have actually been taken over by weeds, as movement within it is somewhat difficult, simply because of the fact that the work is not progressing. This unit has been in the news quite recently after the Deputy Minister for Works and Housing, Frida Prempeh, raised some concerns about the fact that the project cost remains the same despite a reduction in the number of housing units that are to be provided for. We know for a fact, and from the communication from the Deputy Minister, that just about a little over 400 of the housing units are actually be completed and ready to be commissioned, but a good number. You recall that this particular phase of the project has to do with 1,500 housing units that are provided in a housing units project that is supposed to provide 5,000 housing units. So in terms of the situation here, we can say that work is not progressing because it's been abandoned, and the second fact being that no one has taken residence at any of the housing units that are completed as we speak to you. Reporting for JoyNews from Saglemi, my name is Joseph Akabley.
Kumasi next, where the former chief executive of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, Kojo Bunsu, is the latest to join the flag bearership race of the opposition National Democratic Congress. Now this brings to 12 the number of people hoping to lead the party in the 2020 elections. Speaking to JoyNews after submitting the letter of intent, spokesperson for Kojo Bunsu, Mohammed Al-Hassan, said that his candidate's intention is not in any way a betrayal of the trust and friendship with former President Mahama. He spoke to Nancy Emefa Jiradosi.
Well, Mr. Kojo Bunsu, we all know, is a member of the NDC, and he served in public office. He served as a private individual. This is a democratic dispensation where there's an opportunity for anybody who believes that he has the capacity and he is worthy of contesting and becoming the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress. He is very capable and ready, and he has decided that he's going to contest for the NDC flag bearership.
We all know that he's a very good friend of former President John Dramani Mahama. Others think that it's some sort of betrayal. Is that what it is?
Well, like I said, this is a democratic dispensation. We are all friends in the NDC. I don't think that one NDC member and the other NDC member are enemies. We are all friends, we are all family. This is a democratic dispensation. We are going for an election. Friends are standing. I don't think any of them are enemies. Once the delegates decide on the winner, we are all coming under one umbrella as the NDC to fight to regain power. So simply, this is a democratic dispensation and we are all fighting for one common goal.
Or it's just a mind games to get the position of the running mate?
Well, like I said, mind game, no. We are serious. If we're not serious, I don't think that we would come from our homes, write an official letter, come and meet the General Secretary of the NDC and present a letter and also send copies to the people that matter. I'm sure you heard that we went to meet the founder of the party, His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, and then today we are here officially to let the party know that we are running. So we are not joking, we are serious.
You think you stand a chance going against the big guys? I'm sure from former President Mahama to Gusitando, there are lots of them. You think that Kojo Bonsu stand a chance of taking this?
This is politics. This is an election. I'm sure from time past there have been elections, people have been shocked, people have had people voting for other people and they're like, wow, this person won. So the delegates will decide and we are confident. That is why we are running.
Well, part of the capital once again got submerged some later part of Monday after just about an hour of rain. At Asalam Down, for example, one of the most vulnerable areas, residents who appear to have gotten used to the phenomenon could be seen scooping water from their homes. Many of them blamed government's failure to comprehensively deal with the city's sanitation problem, especially the issue of plastic waste as a major contributor to floods in Accra. Nancy Emefa Jiradosi brings us the latest update.
The extent of flooding was quite extensive at Asylum Down. Residents of the suburb who were home were actively displacing the water which had found its way into their rooms. Those who were not home, though, may return to flooded rooms. Others, however, managed to make their way home just in time.
You see, I'm at workplace and I run and I leave my work and I came to save my things in my room. So we are pleading to the government and we are pleading to the Northmost people. They should come and do something about this thing.
A young man who was holding the fort for a friend talks about how he was almost swept away along with a lotto kiosk he was watching over.
I came to visit a friend who asked me to watch over his kiosk for him. I fell asleep and I felt the kiosk moving. I had to quickly scale over the wall to save my life.
Having gotten used to the phenomenon, most of the residents had adapted their homes by installing flood defenses, which however failed. For those who are yet to install any defenses, though, the situation was bad.
Oh, it's been ages now since it started, and anytime it rains or it dews, we don't get it easy here at all. Flood all over. We had to pack our things to the top there and all those stuffs and just be packing and be putting all the water away. It enters our rooms. We need to pack our beds up there, pack our fridge, move out and stand outside when it stops before we just push the water out. Then a lot of work.
Some flood victims were disappointed with NADMO's handling of the flood situation over the years, questioning why they share food instead of solving the problem.
Even this one is more this thing that you people are seeing. The Northmost people came here, that was in March. They came and they judged some names. After that, they bring rice. See how people are suffering and you are bringing rice. What rice can do for us, madam? Overall,
they called for help and a long-lasting solution to the perennial flooding. Nancy Emefa Jiradosi, JoyNews.
Right then, let's make a stop in the Asante Akim North District, where some 22 students of the Agogo State College have been arrested by the police in the area. Now, the arrested persons, according to the police, are suspected leaders of a protest which took place at the school late Sunday. The students were protesting acute water shortage and the unavailability of power supply in the school. Love FM's Prince Apia has more in this report.
Sunday night's action saw students damage the school bus, street lights, furniture, while they ransacked offices. 18 of the students who have been picked are females. They led the protest because they were worst affected. A committee made up of education directors, district chief executives, police, and school authorities, traditional authorities, ordered immediate closure of the school. All students were given up to 2 p.m. today to vacate campus and return next Saturday. District Education Director Ernest Kwejaferi made the announcement at a parade.
You destroyed all the street lights on campus. We need time to fix them. You destroyed the plumbing installations on compound here. We need time to fix them. Electricity transmissions have been disrupted on campus here. We need time to fix them. And all other things that you have destroyed, at least we need about 3-4 days to fix them back. And so it will not be prudent enough as you go about your normal activities on campus and workmen are here carrying this or that. It will be a threat to your own safety and security in school here. And so you are going home to make way for the repairs of all the things that you destroyed.
Mr. Ferry says the students will bear the cost of damages in the school.
Together. And we also want you to be aware, to inform you further that these repairs are not going to be at the expense of the people standing here. It's going to be at the expense of you yourself and maybe your parents. And so we are going to calculate the cost of all the items you damaged in school here last night. And so as you go home, inform your parents.
Student leaders say they are disappointed in their fellow colleagues over the protest. DCE for Asante Akim North, Francis Utibuating, says they are facilitating for the students to be given bail tonight.
I've asked the police authorities to grant them police inquiry bail and they will sign a bond of good behavior for 6 months. And I hope this will be a deterrent to most of them and the others who are yet to be arrested too. All right.
Now the students would have to stay home till Saturday when they return to face the necessary punishment. Prince Apia reporting.
So remaining in the Ashanti region, prospective owners and occupants of properties at the Asokari Mampong affordable housing project site will have the benefits of clean water, biogas and fertilizer from treated waste. Managers currently are constructing central sewage system to connect all apartments to address critical sanitation challenges. Project consultant Ernest Benin spoke with Love FM's Nana Senso on the occasion of International Habitat Day. It was themed solid waste management.
Sitting on a 50-acre land, the 1,098 apartment housing project, which commenced about 11 years ago, is at its final stage of construction. Over 3,000 potential inhabitants will generate huge volumes of waste. In a country where the top 10 diseases for outpatient department attendants are sanitation related, managers of the project are exploring waste recycling options. So we are here at the Asokari Mampong municipality where we have the affordable housing project. As you can see, the project is still underway. But today is World Habitat Day as earmarked by the United Nations. And the theme for this year's program is management of solid waste. So we are here to find out how management is going to manage the solid waste of prospective residents. And this project is expected to contain over 3,000 residents and it's handed over to government next year. Project consultant Ernest Benin throws more light on the new technology.
That project we are doing out there is not strictly speaking a biogas plant per se. It is a whole central sewage systems, and the biogas unit is part of it. It's only a component of the whole thing. Now, what it means is that, you see, all the effluent coming from the houses, all the apartments, are going to be led through a pipe network into the plant. And this will go through some processes, partly aerobic.
Despite delays by poor weather conditions and inadequate materials by suppliers, consultants are poised to meet the deadline by the end of 2018.
We are pushing very hard to get this project completed by the end of December. But the board is resolved that this project should be completed by the end of December. And so this is our target.
Mr. Bannon discounts suggestions the facility has already been given out to party faithfuls and their families.
I think it's all a fallacy. You see, these are wild rumors. People are buying. If you go to Accra, even some friends of mine have bought it. Yesterday, I was at a funeral in Kumasi, Saturday, and people were asking me, I said, look, just apply to SNIC. If when you did the letter, I can take it up to the management myself. So people are buying. And it's neither here nor there if you're talking about NPP or NDC. Or, I mean, we're all Ghanaians, and the facility is open to all, because at the end of the day, the government wants to recoup the money put into the project.
Reporting for JoyNews, Nana Asensumensa.
Well, we're done with the news. Please get interactive. Facebook, we're there live. Join us on TV. Go search for our page. My Joy Online TV is our channel on YouTube. Let us know what you think about what you watch right here. We'll be doing the newspapers. Mama View Sabwaje, Koje Yankson, all of us will be here. We'll look at all the issues. Well, good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Yeah, Mama. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll be looking at all the issues as they are. But right now, well, we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll bring you the latest updates.